Hello students, let us discuss the short answer questions of ray optics and optical instruments chapter 2. In that the first question, define critical angle, explain total internal reflection using a neat diagram. Okay, so first let us know what is critical angle. Okay, so for that I am taking an interface in such a way. Interface means nothing but a boundary. It is nothing but a boundary separating the two mediums. That we call it as interface. Okay. Let this be the rarer medium and let this be the denser medium. Now assume that light ray from denser medium is coming towards the rarer medium. Light from denser medium is coming towards the rarer medium. Now, as per the properties of light, when light is incident on the interface separating the two mediums, it changes the direction. And that property we call it as refraction. Right? Now here I am drawing a normal. Okay? The angle between the normal drawn and incident ray, we call it as angle of incidence. Okay. So now here, as the ray is traveling from denser to rarer medium, the ray bends away from the normal. Ray bends away from the normal. Okay. Now this we call it as angle of refraction. Angle between the refracted ray and the normal drawn. Now let us go on increasing angle of incidence. Okay, go on increasing angle of incidence in such a way. Okay, now as you go on increasing angle of incidence, okay, angle of refraction also increases. Okay, as you go on increasing angle of incidence, angle of refraction also increases. Right? Angle of refraction increases. Now, at one particular angle of incidence, okay, at one particular angle of incidence, the angle of refraction grazes the boundary. I will show. So, this is the boundary. At one particular, the normal, at one particular angle of incidence, the ray will not enter into the ray. We will not find any refracted ray in rarer medium. That ray, refracted ray, in such a way, grazes the boundary. Grazes the boundary means touches the boundary. Now here, angle of refraction, how much we can say? 90 degrees. Angle of refraction, 90 degrees. Now this angle of incidence, at which the refracted angle becomes 90 degrees, we call it as critical angle. What is the critical angle? The angle of incidence at which the refracted angle is 90 degrees. We call it as critical angle. Okay. Now, increase the angle of incidence greater than critical angle. Okay. Means more than 90 degrees. Increase angle of incidence greater than critical angle. When angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, then ray will not enter into the rarer medium and completely reflects back into the denser medium. Ray, without entering into the rarer medium, completely reflects back into the denser medium. This we call it as total internal reflection that we wrote here. When light ray travels from denser to the rarer medium, angle of incidence in denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degrees, we call critical angle. For total internal reflection, first the light ray is traveling from denser to the rarer medium. Then it bends away from the normal. Now as angle of incidence increases, angle of refraction increases. At one particular angle of incidence, refracted ray grazes the boundary. Now this angle we call critical angle. When angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, then the ray completely reflects back into the denser medium without entering into the rarer medium. This phenomena we call it as total internal reflection. If you like this video, share it, subscribe it. Yours, Reshma Physics.